Now on to the New York real estate market now. The Chinese company that bought New York's landmark Waldorf Astoria hotel is planning to convert most of its rooms into apartments. It comes at a time when the Big Apple's ultra-luxury real estate market is already flooded. ANDRE-PIERRE takes a look at the history of the hotel and asked whether the timing of its conversion is right.
Indignant Americans picket the Waldorf Astoria in New York.
From protests against communists to Occupy Wall Street, the Waldorf Astoria has been the center of global politics when it comes to lodging. After opening in 1893, it soon became the first choice for US presidents visiting New York. But last year, all that changed when China's Anbang Insurance Group, a company with close ties to the state, bought the hotel for $1.95 billion, a record price for a US hotel. President Barack Obama abandoned decades of tradition by staying in a different hotel. The speculation at the time was that the government was worried that the rooms could have been bugged by the Chinese. The purchase of the hotel points to a big bet from Chinese investors on high-end US lodgings. After the 2008 financial crisis, many turned to ultra-luxury real estate as a safe place to park their billions. It caused a construction boom in New York and an oversupply of high-end apartments. And now the sky-high prices have been falling. But the Chinese owners of the Waldorf Astoria still believe it's a good idea to convert 3/4 of its rooms into private condos.
Presumably the Waldorf units will be high-end units, that market is challenged by a lot of supply that will impact how long it'll take to sell out and what prices they'll actually get.
Regardless of the changes in management, the Waldorf Astoria is one of the largest Art Deco structures still standing anywhere in the world. It's been the height of luxury for more than a century, leading the way with innovations like room service in the 1930s. Whatever happens with the new owners, its place in history remains secure. ANDRE-PIERRE, TRT World.
Well, Craig Copetas, our editor-at-large, has stayed at the Waldorf Astoria. So, Craig, as ever, up there hobnobbing with the elite. Look, let's just talk about something that AP mentioned in his package there, how the rich, super-rich Chinese want to park their billions. Does it still look like a safe as houses bet for them?
Well, real estate is always a good investment. It just depends on what price you get in on. I mean, I don't know about you, Matthew, but you know, I'm a little upset about the $10 million window. You know, that's closed because now guys like you and me, we can only spend between $3 and $5 million to live in one of these high-end apartments in New York. It's a sad day for the 1%, I'd say. Okay, and what about the concerns about Chinese bugging? Is that going to be a consideration? Well, the cybersecurity people I've spoken with say it's a serious consideration. It's not you're going to find a bug in your Waldorf salad or your Eggs Benedict or your Thousand Island dressing, which all was invented at the Waldorf, but the company Anbang Insurance, which bought the Waldorf, is a holding company in China. Principal shareholders are China's state automotive company and the state oil company, and their board of directors have very serious ties to the Politburo and, more importantly, the People's Liberation Army, which take care of a lot of the overseas spying done by the Chinese government. It is a serious security concern, not only for politicians, but also for businessmen, Matthew. I mean, if you're about to close a super billion-dollar deal, are you going to want to stay at the Waldorf and perhaps have the Chinese listening in with embedded bugs to your conversations? I don't think so. Sure. Just from a tourist point of view, the Waldorf Astoria really is an iconic building, and anyone who could afford it would like to have stayed there with such history. Is this the end of an era now? Well, I think it's going to be a new era for the Waldorf. Despite all the accolades heaped upon the place, it was getting a little bit threadbare and tired. I mean, if you like 1930s type furniture that was in immaculate condition, it was the place to go. But the days of Sinatra, Elizabeth Taylor, Nikita Khrushchev, and all the greats who stayed there, presidents, as you said, the Duke and Duchess of Windsor, presidents, presidents. Those days are over. There are hipper hotels to stay at in Manhattan, and the Waldorf is hoping that the 300 to 500 rooms it keeps as hotel rooms will reach some level of hipness to attract today's nouveau riche billionaire.
Well, I guess, Craig, every dog has its day. Thank you very much for your analysis, Craig, out of Paris there. Thank you.